Hello everyone and welcome to another video from me. And I have just received this tire holder and it comes directly from Bob Scale Modeler, the one you're seeing the profile picture of his channel over here. And it's an interesting design, very simple, yet it looks, and from what I've seen, it is very effective. Okay, so basically you have two 3D printed pieces over here on the sides. Those will keep the tire in place together with a bolt and a nut running from one to the other so that you may open to insert the tire and close once again to hold the tire in place once you start sanding it using a sandpaper or maybe even better, a sanding stick. Okay, so let's put it to the test. It came exactly at the right moment because over here I have the tires of the Nissan Primera, which I'm currently building, the slicks, obviously, and as you can see in the middle, there's the mold line, which is present on most tires. All right. Over here, let me show you. You can see the mold line in the middle. Also, they are very shiny, not very realistic at all. So the purpose is to sand the tires and make them as realistic as possible. So let's put it to the test. Let's keep one of these slicks. And we start opening the tool holder. Insert the tire, and once again we put the second part back in place. So let's tighten it up once again. So thanks to the design that it has, once you start to tighten the second piece together with the first, the tire immediately aligns itself in the middle because of the taper that they have, and also the 3D printed lines over here. They will help you for the tire to keep in place. As you can see, the width and the height of the tire is well catered off because the sides are quite large and the shaft is quite long also. Now, you keep pressing in place until you feel that the tire is well held in place. Do not over tighten because the tire profile will become just like a banana, and that will hinder the sanding process. So it has already started a little bit, okay, to take that shape. So I'm going to loosen it up a bit until it becomes straight once again, and like this it is ready for sanding. Now the bolt has a 50mm diameter, so it's not possible to fit it into a hobby rotary tool, at least not the ones I have. And even Bob Scale Modeler recommends to use a drill. So I brought the drill with me. So I'm going to I'm going to tighten it up and then start the sanding process. So what I'm going to be doing now is with one hand I'm going to control the speed of the drill, and with the other I'm going to be using this sanding stick, which is quite harsh, as can be seen. And I'm going to use the tip to start applying some pressure and at the same time sanding the surface of the rim. So let me bring it a little bit closer so that you can see. With the harsh sanding stick, it has already started to produce a rough surface, a worn look to that slick tire. And now what I shall be doing is using this thin sanding stick, which will give me better control. Where more sanding is required, the grit on this one is 180. And now I'm going to be using the final sanding stick. This is a grid 400 to give me that right now the surface is a little bit rough because of the harsh sanding sticks. So I'm going to be using this one to level out the surface of the tire. So now I shall be reversing the process, taking the tire off and also the tool from the drill bit and see the final result. As you can see, let me switch on the flash, maybe it's a little bit better. However, we can clearly see that the surface has become much more realistic. Let's compare it to how we began. So that's how it was, and after the sanding process, which is very good, very realistic, much better. Okay, so my final verdict when it comes to the tool is that I am very satisfied with the way it has held the tire in place. When I saw the way that it was going to work, I honestly thought that on the back over here, I thought that this tool might need a locking nut. However, no, it didn't need it. It held the tire well in place all the way while sanding. No problem about that. And as you could see, it is very flexible, as I mentioned earlier, because of the taper, which is quite large. As you can see, these are, if I'm not mistaken, 18-inch. So they came just at this length, and you still have all this taper over here for larger tires. So it is very flexible when it comes to height and width of 1:24 tire, and I'm definitely going to use it again and again in the future because it's very effective and quite easy to sand the tires. I did some other tests before filming this video to be sure of what I shall be talking about, and I also used sanding sponge in another instant, and I also had good results with the sanding sponge, so that's another thing you might try instead of sanding sticks. However, with the sanding sticks, as you could see, I achieved a very good realistic result. So that is all from me. I really hope you find this video helpful. If you would like one of these tools yourself, you may contact Bob Scale Modeler. I shall be leaving a link to his contacts below in this video's description. Okay, and it's also quite cheap. It's his design, so very good, very well done, Bob Scale Modeler, because you managed to make a very good tire holder. That is all. I will see you all into my next video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. A thumbs up will be very appreciated, and I will see you all into my next video. Thank you for watching.